Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again. And we're watching Nostalgia Critic do Beavis and Butthead do America. And I'm really surprised. I remember a really long time ago that he said he would never do this movie, or that it was on one of the most intense moments or scariest moments or mindfuck moments. That's what it was. On the top mindfuck moments. That's what it was. Yeah. He came up with that, and he put the hallucination scene from that. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. I only used to watch it with a friend of mine because to be honest, I never was that big a fan of Beavis and Butthead. You know, I dressed up for as Beavis and Butthead one time. Oh, just Butthead. I was like, damn it, Beavis. Do you want to score? You know, I have a terrible Beavis and Butthead impression, or Butthead impression. But, yeah, I did watch it sometimes. I could barely ever understand it. I did love the movie, though. The movie was so freaking weird. Especially with Robert Stack being in the movie for some reason. As a guy, I think he really wants to give them a cavity search. I mean, it's the last time we saw Robert Stack, we just immediately just blew up for no reason in Transformers. So there you go, right? It only makes sense that he has to be in something really, really weird. So let's not talk about it anymore, and let's just get it to the episode. And remember, please, smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's do this thing, y'all.
I remember it, so you don't have to. Hey, remember in the 90s when we used to watch underqualified dumbasses review media from a couch? This is the movie.
This is the movie.
In 1996, near the height of their popularity, Beavis and Butthead Do America holds two fond memories for me. One is, of course, laughing at two of my favorite animated slackers with an audience on the big screen. And two, giggling when an obvious Oscar bait movie at the time called Ghost of Mississippi didn't get as good reviews.
What?
The story didn't deserve to be told, but everyone agreed it was told in a schmaltzy way, despite having some of Hollywood's finest at the time.
I would have much preferred to see a documentary on this subject rather than this Hollywood version that is well-meaning but so safe.
This is not one of Whoopi Goldberg's good performance. She spends most of it on the telephone saying, yeah, well, I don't believe you're really going to do it.
There's no writing.
You don't really understand who Medgar Evers was, what he did.
There's just something so funny about a Rob Reiner drama with James Woods, Alec Baldwin, and Whoopi Goldberg in southern accents getting bested by Beavis and Butthead.
I was taken with their adolescent awkwardness, bravado, and vulnerability.
I think there was satire of this kind of couch potato, disaffected attitude.
Most people thought this was going to be a film written by simpletons for simpletons about simpletons. But in fact, it was a film written by smart people for most people, but yes, still about simpletons.
Yes.
But the truth is, Beavis and Butthead were so celebrated at the time by their young audience that it could have been just a phoned-in movie. And it wasn't. They worked hard. At making the writing, timing, acting, and animation all get solid laughs. Like many have said, you have to be surprisingly smart in order to make dumb funny. But what is it about the film that won so many over? Well, let's dive on in and check it out. This is Beavis and Butt.
My first name's Butt.
It's really weird that he's done both the South Park movie and the Beavis and Butthead movie in the same year, right? Right? It's weird to me, right? Oh my god, and didn't he also do the Simpsons movie recently soon? That's really weird, isn't it? He's done all the adult movies that are based on cartoons. The only one who hasn't had a real movie is The Family Guy, unless you count the Stewie the Untold Story movie that they called. Bullshit, but yeah.
Do America. The film opens with a dream that, okay, let's face it, it's here for trailer fodder, but it's good trailer fodder.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I'm like pretty tall.
My head alone is 1/3 my body. Head. Beavis wakes up Butthead to show something has happened to the TV.
Oh, good. It's not just me that's bad at doing Beavis.
One of the interesting things is in the Siskel and Ebert review. Siskel swore the director of the movie was trying to help Butthead figure out what happened.
This clever scene where the film's director actually tries to help the boys figure out that their missing television set has been stolen. This is clever.
I think more likely this is just his point of view putting together what happened, but again, that's what's so great about getting a different take. You can look at it from an equally funny way you never thought of before.
Fair
This
enough.
sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
The opening credits roll satirizing old 70s movies and
Yeah.
shows like Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, 70s nostalgia was like what I guess 90s nostalgia is like now. Why else do you think I'm talking about this flick?
Hey, wait a minute. I don't want to go to school.
They go searching for their TV and decide to steal the one from their school, but their teacher stops them.
We don't need TV to entertain us. He said anus.
I swear there's more to this movie than just Sean Connery Jeopardy jokes. Well, funny enough, I don't think much of the audience would mind if it was all that. They accidentally break the TV, resulting in the principal expelling them.
Beavis and Butthead, you're both expelled!
And that's code for, yeah, school jokes are boring in a big animated film. King of the Hill prototypes, however?
You know, the most important thing you can have on a camper is a good butane
I forgot how much he sounds like Henry or whatever the hell his name is. Oh, yeah, that never got a movie either. That's really weird.
regulator.
Butane, huh? I do feel like Tom Anderson and Daria in this are in the same neighborhood as Elaine's Bizarro friends.
Jeez.
This crap is warm.
They end up breaking Tom's TV too, and they stumble across a hotel where, I'm very thankful the censors said they get an R if they show the principal's bare ass. Not that I think showing a bare ass constitutes that, but showing his bare ass I think does.
Yeah.
They go to another hotel room.
There'd probably be a bug, like, running through a crease. I just gave myself nightmares, and I haven't even watched the hallucination scene yet.
Where a criminal named Muddy, voiced by Bruce Willis, confuses
that was
Beavis and
Bruce
Butthead
Willis.
for assassins. Yeah, this old shtick.
I'll pay you 10 grand plus expenses, all payable after you do it.
Yeah.
Are they gonna get the secret government device that'll destroy the world too?
The X5 unit is a new top-secret biological weapon.
Okay, this isn't the most original story, especially at that time, but what makes it unique are the leads. These plot points are usually used in liar reveal stories where we're supposed to love the clumsy liar and relate to them when they sulk in the third act after the truth comes out. That's not how Beavis and Butthead works, though. They're so dim and self-centered, it doesn't care if you like them. In fact, it's funnier if you don't.
Any questions so far?
Does she have big hooters?
Yeah, you guys are funny. Let's have a drink on it, eh?
The comedy comes from what a satirical take on Gen X it is and how the rest of the world can't comprehend anyone being so stupid, so they confuse them for being masterminds. There's no moral, just laughs. And with so many comedies hammering in an obvious lesson nowadays, sometimes just a good laugh is really welcomed.
Don't let me down.
They confuse assassinating Muddy's wife for having sex with her, and they happily agree to take a flight to Vegas to see her. Yeah, Vegas was also a pretty big trope at the time.
Are you two heading for Las Vegas?
We're gonna score.
The lady they sit next to on the flight is played by comedy legend Cloris Leachman. I love how well these two get along just because they misunderstand one word.
I'm mostly gonna be doing the slots.
They have a lot of sluts in Las Vegas.
You won't know where to begin.
Whoa.
In a strange, perverted way, it's almost wholesome.
That's actually really funny.
Nice to meet young men who are so well-mannered.
Ironically, they reveal later she was talking about sluts.
Well.
The lady mishears that Beavis is tired, so she gives him a ton of her caffeine pills, resulting in hijinks that wouldn't fly in a plane then, and let's just say really wouldn't fly on a plane now.
No.
I am Cornholio. I need picata for my bunghole. Are you threatening me? My bunghole will not wait.
One roll of duct tape later.
I am Cornholio.
Bloodstained window later. They eventually land using the lemon
I'm
driver for blind
Cornholio.
man, and
Oh.
I guess that's not R-worthy because Butt's in his name? I don't know. And they realize the ride is for them.
Beavis?
Beavis?
Beavis. Damn it,
Illiteracy is
Beavis.
never funny. I would say cancel them, but I think they already tried to cancel themselves.
Step aside,
jeez.
please. We have white privilege.
We automatically assume we can take what we want, and we don't have to worry about the police.
What's that Hannibal Lecter line? The world's more interesting with them in it.
Yeah.
At the motel, Muddy discovers the true assassins, who are also the guys who stole the TV. It's a clever tie-in. And he's so pissed, he decides to do the job himself.
Oh.
Believe it. Worthless piece of crap.
It's good seeing what Bobby Hill eventually grew up into. Tell me you couldn't see that.
Yeah.
They make it to Las Vegas with all the lights, glamour, and riches, but the only place they want to go is in front of a statue's boobuses. Again, his ass would have gotten an R, but this... We'll just assume this is like YouTube's content control. Nobody's actually watching. They play the hit song Love Roller Coaster, which was written specifically for this movie. Though I have to admit, it was weird seeing the music video, seeing the Red Hot Chili Peppers sing, only to find the singers in the movie look not like them. I wouldn't think it'd be sung by Ben Stein as the wedding singer, but I wouldn't think they'd have a random CG shot in here either. Yeah, I think
this song was not written for the movie, was it? I've heard this song in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That was like a weird requirement in hand-drawn films at the time, like every flick had to have at least one CG shot. Ironic, because I swear it's almost working in reverse nowadays. They get to their rooms and stumble across their target named Dallas, played by Demi Moore.
Really?
I'll pay you 20 if you go back there and do him.
You want us to do
Weren't
it?
they married at the
Maybe if
time?
we close our eyes and pretend he's a chick.
Please don't spoil the sequel. She's one of the few people that puts together these two are dumbasses, but once she sees the police are on their way, she puts the government MacGuffin in Beavis' pants and tells them to meet her in Washington, D.C. via bus tour.
I want you to take the bus to Washington, D.C. You're gonna make a whole lot of money.
Oh,
and I'm
Demi
gonna
Moore.
give you everything.
Including the strategy guide to your own game. Seriously, there's no way to beat this game without it!
Really?
After Beavis and Butthead get to the
Dream
bus, the
America.
FBI, led by Agent Fleming, played by Robert Stack.
Robert Stack!
So duped into doing this movie, he tried to get his legal team to remove him from it, but he warmed up to it over the years.
What?
Confront Dallas, discovering she has nothing.
So, are you going to tell us where it is, or am I going to have Agent Hurley over there give you another cavity search?
This will be one of the funniest running jokes in the movie.
Seriously.
Everything about this character is straight-laced, no humor, all serious, except for this one phenomenally bizarre character trait.
The cavity
Did you give him a
search.
full cavity search? I want full cavity searches. Full cavity searches all around. Give this scumbag a cavity search. Bork,
Cavity search.
deep and hard.
Oh.
Can't imagine why Stack would want his name removed from this.
Yeah, I can't imagine either.
By the Hoover Dam, where they push all the buttons, messing with the city's power, releases some of the water, and worst of all, makes a damn pun.
Is this a goddamn...
Yeah, see, that's the only thing you remember about that, because it was traumatizing. I was like, what's a cavity search? And then when they went, I'm like, no! No!
Goddamn, you know.
Piss off, I think it's funny. They get back on the bus just as the FBI wrongly deduces they cut the power on purpose to cover their tracks.
Okay, people. So right now, these are the most dangerous men in America.
Mr. Stack, could you say that a bit more trailery?
I say everything trailery.
Oh, that's true, he does.
Yeah.
They continue across America, ignoring all the amazing sights and instead paying attention to the stupidest things they can find. They accidentally get on the wrong bus, though, teaming up with a group of nuns.
We're on a bus with chicks.
Funny enough, the most hilarious scene doesn't come with them, though.
He said,
No, I didn't. Where they confuse confessionals for porta potties.
I gotta take a dump.
Surprisingly, maybe even thankfully, it doesn't go that route. But it does result in the two of them being mistaken for priests. Leading to, in my opinion, the funniest lines.
How many Hail Marys?
1,000.
I slept with a woman, and,
Could you, like, see her boobs?
You know, with some churches nowadays, I could see some priests saying that.
What? What was
With
that?
some churches nowadays,
Jerry Falwell Jr. taped pool boy having sex with his wife? What?
could see some priests saying that.
Oh, shh.
In the 2000s, that's what people thought was going to happen if you didn't see Passion of the Christ. Don't feel too bad about the nuns not getting the biggest laugh in the movie, though. They have a hilarious scene where they just abandon the two of them at a pit stop. They don't even have to say anything. They're just all on the same page.
Hey, where'd those chicks go? I didn't even get to see if there's a black one, like in Sister Act. Oh, wait, there was.
And apparently it was for that reason.
Really?
They stupidly decide to walk to Washington, getting lost in the desert but randomly stumbling across their fathers. who of course they don't recognize. One of them is voiced by Earl Hufford, or as translated in Jokey's, David Letterman.
Here's the story. I scored with these 2 chicks. True story.
Well, I'm gonna call DCFS after seeing how he treats his son.
What are you laughing at?
Oh!
Meanwhile, the agents go to every place
Smack the
Beavis
shit
and
out of
Butthead could be, including their school.
Come with me, lesbian seagull.
What?
Again, I don't think they had all the characters figured out yet because, by God, Daria would not be in that class listening to that song. Jane? Maybe.
Maybe.
After, let's face it, a pretty delayed fart joke when you think about what movie you're watching. The boys lose track of their fathers and continue to roam the desert.
I haven't seen a fart joke delayed that much since Cats and Dogs. Think about that, people.
Eat some cactus and start to hallucinate.
It's like a music video.
Damn.
This is another one of those tropes at the time when everything connected to the plot would just disappear in lieu of a pretty pointless music video. But seeing how they never looked over music videos in this, I think it deserves a pass.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
The segment is pretty awesome, drawing inspiration from a lot of Rob Zombie's artwork. It's one of the few moments in
wasn't
the
Rob
movie where
Zombie?
you can say the animation is not only good, it's goddamn great.
What are you doing to it?
Oh boy.
Yes, it's a segment you could cut and miss nothing, but it does serve maybe the most as a time capsule. I just look at this, think late 90s, and appreciate the hell out of it. Muddy wakes them up and takes them hostage, tossing them in the trunk of his car. They manage to get out and, of course, cause a lot of damage while doing so.
How did you survive? Oh,
I
jeez.
figured out why a crossover between these 3 shows never happened. She wouldn't stick around and he wouldn't survive. They just happened to bump into the same bus tour they took before, and they finally make their way to DC. Muddy meets Dallas there too, but she convinces him she still has feelings, just as they're discovered.
Me and my wife are back together, and you will never.
He stole the unit.
Damn little.
I like these two, and they're going through a lot.
Oh.
Beavis and Butthead are about to leave, but Beavis is pissed he didn't score and attempts to make a big speech about it.
I'm sick and tired of this. We're never gonna score. It's just not gonna happen. We're never gonna score. We're never gonna score.
Ah, the big speech every YouTuber thinks they're not gonna make.
Yeah.
To calm down, the old lady's medicine once again causing him to go full Cornholio.
Yes, Mr. President.
I am Cornholio. My bunghole, it goes.
Admit it, you know at least 2 presidents have made a call like that. Butthead stumbles across Chelsea Clinton and doesn't exactly make the best impression.
I noticed you have braces. I have braces too.
Oh!
Admit it, you know at least 2 presidents have been thrown out of the White House like that. Butthead is arrested and given, you guessed it,
Cavity search. I'm talking roll. Don't
And it's not who you think. It was totally Clinton.
stop till you reach the back of his teeth.
Jeez.
Again, don't ruin the 3rd act.
Oh.
When Beavis gets inspired to jerk off in Tom's camper, Tom throws his pants out, not aware the unit is inside.
Oh.
He said.
Yes, I did, and it
He
flies out.
said unit.
He said.
Yes, goddammit, bouncing off of Butthead's hair.
Take him away.
Hey, get your damn hands off me!
That look on his wife might be the saddest thing ever drawn. Tom's arrested and naturally are praised as heroes, allowing them to meet the president.
You exemplify a new crop of young Americans who grow into the leaders of this great country.
Again, not wrong. They get back home and are reunited with their true love, TV.
You think we're ever gonna score?
I probably will, but not you. You're too much of a butt monkey.
Powerful words. Randomly vulgar, but vulgarly random. And that was Beavis and Butthead.
We're never
Duo
gonna
America.
score.
Okay, am I gonna pretend this is a great work of modern
No.
art? No, but it is funny. It's a type of comedy many adults saw as lowbrow and beneath them, but I think it's kind of like the Cable Guy. The more people realize folks like this kind of exist, the more it made sense why the humor was so lowbrow.
Yes,
and beneath
yes.
them. It's cool seeing a show that so many look down on not only get a movie, but a movie that was both a box office and critical success. It isn't just something that only worked in the 90s. Beavis and Butthead came back, and a lot of people were shocked just how well the same type of humor worked today. the movie is similar. It surprisingly isn't that dated, it's straightforward, with very little having to be explained, and it's still funny as hell.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to take place in the 90s, you know? It's kind of like Terminator 2. And yes, I just compared this movie to Terminator 2.
Chill out. Dickwad.
But you could say it takes place in the 90s, but it could take place any year, really. There's no overly 90s stuff except that there was actually a kid with a mullet. That's it.
In a time where so many animated films seem to always need to be about something important, here's an animated comedy that isn't doing anything important, which in a funny way can also be important. Sometimes all you need is a good laugh, and these two dumbasses are always there to give their chuckles. I'm a nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Woo! Yeah, so that was actually pretty funny. I haven't seen that movie in a good while, but yeah, I feel like I haven't missed everything. I mean, even with the whole cavity search thing, Robert Stack is the best part of that movie for some reason. But yeah, what did you guys think? What's your memories with this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you all in the next video.